It was an absolutely beautiful mid-April day today here in Ohio. And for me, that meant this day was slated for routine hive inspections, removing their winter moisture boards and adding supers to manage the anticipated strong nectar flow. The spring weather had been lovely, and it seemed as though everything was in bloom at the same time. But this particular hive appeared to have less activity than the other colonies, and so I wanted to open them up and look for a queen. The honey super had a fair amount of honey in it, and so I just set it aside and began working. And just as I thought, the brood nest was pretty sparse. There was just a spattering of capped brood, no eggs or larvae. But I did actually find the queen. Now she looked young and healthy, and so I suspect she had stopped laying in what is known as a brood break. This is a way to reduce or eliminate the pest varroa mite. This, along with natural swarming behavior, is how I prefer my hives to reproduce. I'm a treatment-free beekeeper, and so I tend to just let the bees do what they do naturally. And just as I was closing up this hive, the unexpected happened. My strongest hive began swarming just at that moment. It was only a few years ago that this strong hive came to me in a swarm this time of year from one of the feral colonies surrounding me. It's a real messy swarm. So I am just going to let them settle down before I mess with them. They're all over the ground. They're everywhere, and I don't want to be killing and stepping on bees. They'll climb up my jeans that way. So I'm just going to give them a minute to calm down and figure out where they want to go and see what I need to do then. I'm thinking maybe the queen fell to the ground right there, where that cluster. Oh yes, I see her right now. I'm gonna go put her in a queen cup. I think there may be multiple queens. They're on that big spruce out there. That's where they went last year, so they're probably picking up a little bit of their scent. So I'm going to take an empty hive over there. So I put the queen in this hive. I'm going to go get a couple extra frames and fill it up. A friend of mine owns this hive, Hazel. So they noticed that queen. And I think there's another queen up in that swarm. So I'm going to grab another empty hive and put it right there by the tree. They're all over the ground, so I got to be careful. Just looking at their behavior to see where they're crawling. You can see they're all headed towards the top of the branch, I think. That's where they're most interested. So there's most likely a queen in that area. But a lot of them are really paying close attention to this hive box. They're all over the ground. I'm trying not to step on them. Just looking for a queen. You see that they're fanning. It's usually a sign that the queen is present. There's this swarm still up here. I haven't dug into that yet. That's my next step. sounds a little different in the buzz. So I'm not sure if these bees are telling those to come here or if it's the other hive, because I can see bees orienting around this one as well. And last year I got impatient and one of the hives didn't have a queen, meaning it didn't survive. So I'm going to try to be more patient this time around and see what happens. Spotting the queen early on was a stroke of luck. Her pheromones played a crucial role in guiding the swarm into the hive box that my friend Hazel had left from last year's swarm season. And after missing out last year, Hazel was eager to acquire this prolific swarm. By the time we successfully resettled the swarm, the night was nearly upon us, and we sent them off with Hazel. The next morning, she reported back that everything had gone smoothly, a perfect transition for her new colony of bees.